Welcome to the Face-to-Face. I'm your host, Geneviève Lefebvre. The Face-to-Face is a bilingual series of video recorded here at the Société francophone de Maillardville. We acknowledge la Société francophone de Maillardville operates on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Coquitlam. We thank the Coquitlam who continue to live on these lands and care for them along with the water that is above and below. Today on the Face-to-Face, we are welcoming Chiara Missalino. Chiara is the president of the Coquitlam Optimist Club. Welcome, Chiara.
Thank you, Jen, for having me here.
Well, it's a pleasure. I think everybody knows a little bit about the Optimist Club, but we want to know what you guys are up to, what's happening. And I know, like any other association, it has probably grown so much. But before we go there, I want to go back.
Okay.
Let's talk about history a little bit.
Yes.
So I want you to share a little bit of the inspiration behind the founding of the Coquitlam Optimist Club in 1977. I'm born in 76.
So just around that time, right?
Yes.
Well, I did try to reach out to our original founder that started the club here, but couldn't get a hold of him. But what I can tell you is the club was started. It came to Canada back in the 1920s in Toronto, Ontario. And then it came here into BC in 1977. And it's basically just to continue and bring the philosophy of optimism and how we can change our community and help the youth in our community.
Is it a Canadian club? Is it funded in Canada?
There's a Canadian version, but there's also, it's an international club.
Okay.
Okay, so Coquitlam, and each club runs autonomously, so we focus on our own communities. So each club does things differently, but we have our rules and regulations that we have to follow, and then there's certain things that all the clubs get together and work on.
Excellent. So how has the club mission evolved since its inception, particularly in response in the changing needs of the community?
Well, initially, it was to help young boys, but because it was way back, many years ago, but now as it evolved, things have changed, and it's to help all youth and to help the community progress and grow, and really to get more people involved in optimism and goodwill and helping others.
So we're welcoming the diversity, right?
Yes, absolutely. You have to, right? So the club has changed with time, and as it should. As everything has, yeah.
Absolutely. So could you highlight one or two particularly impactful projects the club has undertaken in the recent years?
Well, they've done so many. We've done the oratorical, we've done the teddy bear picnic where we sell hot dogs and raise money that way. Walk for Youth. So Walk for Youth recently is a big one because it helps our community and our sports teams, our school PACs to raise money. And it helps us raise money as a community, as a group, so that we can also fund other projects that come to us through other community services.
So you're working with the PACs, different schools?
Different schools, sports teams, Karate BC, junior curling. So there's a lot of diversity, and even the cadets. We even help the cadets and the scouts and stuff. So yeah, it's quite fun.
That's excellent. I'm aware that there's scholarships and awards.
Yes.
So such as for graduation students, how does that work and how is that presented?
There's different levels and different types. So there's the essay, and that's the scholarship. So students, we reach out to the schools, and counselors and students give us great letters, but they have to follow a certain creed. Let me check because I don't know them all. But they have to be community minded. They have to have done some volunteering. Their grades have to be, decent, and that they do want to follow post-secondary. And then gets reviewed by a panel of whether it's teachers, accountants, lawyers, community leaders, and we review them and we pick the top. Last year we couldn't decide. So yeah, we couldn't decide. So locally, we gave out 8 scholarships to 8 of our students out here. So that was quite rewarding. And the other one is the oratorical, which is great because I've heard so many amazing speeches from these young kids. I can't believe that the insight that they have. And it's basically how can optimism change society, and how can we as individuals be optimistic and do it. So we have each region has their own contest, and then the top 2 from each region goes to so we're the zone. So our zone is Coquitlam, and then we have Chilliwack and all the other districts. So the different districts in our region are Idaho, Washington, BC, obviously, Oregon, and Alaska. So all these kids from there, if they want and they make it, we go to regionals. So we go to district. So that's where I was a few weeks ago to our 3rd quarter meeting, and we had amazing kids making brilliant speeches. Top 3 got scholarships. Top got $2,500, $1,500, and $1,000. And the top 2 were 2 brothers. It was so cute. So 1st and 3rd were 2 brothers. It was so cute. And then the young lady that won, now she is going to regionals, and regionals, and then it goes into international. So they can win up to $22,000 in scholarships in the oratorical realm.
Oh, that's excellent.
So it's all the public speaking and speeching. So it's quite amazing.
So how do you measure the success of various program initiatives in terms and their impact on youth in the Tri-Cities area?
Good question. Mm-hmm. Aside from monetary, the money that we make, we get a lot of thank you cards, letters. Hey, we just signed up for university, and the money you gave us really helped out with my tuition, or it really helped out with books. So that's kind of really rewarding. Or kids, you helped me. I didn't have, supplies. I didn't have like lunch, so it's a lot. It's rewarding when you hear from kids that actually have taken the time to write a letter, because it's not, and they're handwritten notes, which is amazing because we're all technology and whatnot. So it's quite rewarding that way. So yeah, not just the monetary, but we do it more just to give back to the community and to having people kids recognizing the help is really, really rewarding.
So with time, how did the Coquitlam Optimist Club has impacted our community? I'm sure it has changed, like you said, and now we're talking about bursaries, award children, but it's also like if we talk about diversity, older, younger, different culture. Can you tell us a little bit how the Optimist Club has evolved through times with all these changes?
They've just kind of moved on and embraced the diversity. Children are children. It doesn't matter what age your youth is or what background. They're all youth, so everyone's entitled to that support, that help. And getting them to volunteer is actually a way to get everyone into one. We all belong to the same community. It doesn't matter who we are, where we come from, our backgrounds, nationalities, and it doesn't matter. We're all one community, and we're trying to bring everyone close together to work as one.
Mm-hmm. So I'm sure the Optimist Club is collaborating with other organizations. Yes. Can you talk to us a little bit about who are you collaborating with, and how is it possible to actually reach out to you if we want to collaborate with the Optimist Club?
Absolutely. In the past in the last 3 to 4 years, with the changes, COVID and all that fun stuff, people haven't reached out, but we're definitely there. In the past, organizations have reached. We need to help fundraising for this. At one point we did it with a police department to raise money for communication, like walkie-talkies and stuff. So we collaborated and we did fundraisers for them. We worked with them, and that was before my time, but it was quite rewarding. And also, we donate to the teddy bear picnic. We donate to the teddy bear picnic, and we go there and we serve hot dogs. And that way we raise money, awareness for the club, but as well as providing food and all that fun stuff, or pancake breakfasts. We do a lot with the elementary schools, Santa breakfasts, and it's a great way to get the youth involved and volunteering and giving back. So it's teaching the youth the importance of giving back and being involved.
Mm-hmm. So could you elaborate a little bit on the role of the volunteers within the club? Because I think a lot of association or organization are a lot based on volunteers. So I think we have to talk about that. I think it's very important. And how the individual can get involved in supporting your initiatives.
Well, I'll do the how do you get involved. Reach out to the Optimist Club, and I'll give you our contact information so that you have that on screen for when it, so everyone has that. But so we have a board, and our executive, it's all volunteer. So we organize the events, and then we have our volunteer lists, and it all depends on how much you want to do and to what level. So you could be, if we're at an event, do you want to set up, or do you want to actually deal with the people and serve, or do you want to take care of the games that we have there? It all depends. So it's just what we need at that time. Like when we do the Walk for Youth, that's a great fundraiser for our community as well as for ourselves. So basically, for the Walk for Youth, we want people. We mark a path around Poyer, the rec center, Centennial School. So it's a 3 or a 5 meter walk that you can do. And you can do it with your group, with your family, with your students. It's up to you, and it's so much fun. So our volunteers come the day before, and they walk the path so that they know what they're doing. And then the day of, they're pointed at each corner so that people don't get lost, right? Then they know which way to go. And then we had other volunteers making hot dogs.
Yeah.
Back. So when they got back, everything was ready. We had another volunteer that volunteered music. So he entertained our walkers when they came back. So it all depends on what you want to do, and we'll find a spot for you.
Mm-hmm. Talk us a little bit more about that walk.
The Walk for
Youth. Yes. So how does that work? Where do you register? Do we have to pay to be part of it?
You don't have to pay to be part of it. But if say you have a sports team, like your kids have a sports team, we want to fundraise. Well, that's great. So we send you all the forms, and then you raise the money. So basically, I'm walking 3 or 5 kilometers, and people, you get whoever you want to donate what they want. So if you raise $1,000 in walking, $500 goes to you, $500 goes to Optimist. And then at the end of the race, we draw a name, and we pick a name of the teams that have walked, and we actually give them up to $500 based on so if they've raised, say, $300, we'll give them $300. But if they raise $900, we'll give them $500. So, but that's an added bonus. So basically, it's a 50-50 split. What you raise, what we got, and you're walking, you're enjoying yourself with, your group. It's quite entertaining, quite fun. And at the end of that, we have an open skate at the Poyer Rec Center. And there we collect food for the Share Food Bank.
Okay.
So in exchange for skating for free, bring some perishable food items, and it becomes another fun afternoon.
Yes. And where can we find about all those events?
I think it's the children of Coquitlam Optimist Club on Facebook.
Okay, we'll talk about challenges now. So what are the challenges the Coquitlam Optimist Club has encountered in carrying out your projects, and how have you guys overcome them?
I guess the biggest problem is volunteers. Life is so busy. Even the youth, they've got activities, they've got school. It's hard to get people to come out. But each individual one of us on the board, we also have our own network of friends, family, colleagues. So we can reach out, and they will come because it is such a good cause. So they will come out and help and flip burgers for us, or hot dogs.
Okay.
But other than that, that's really not, or getting people to come and ask, what do you need from us? I think that's it's our biggest ask. What do you want us to do? We're here to serve the community.
I think as a volunteer, sometimes it can be intimidating because you want to help, but you can help for a few hours. But then you're thinking you're going to be asked for the full day. And then I think people sometimes maybe they don't step forward because they can't.
They're afraid, yes.
They're afraid, and they don't want to maybe look bad, or this is what they have to offer.
Yeah.
And I think we have to talk about this, that be upfront and just say, I have a couple hours here, or I have a couple hours a month.
But that's
where
all it takes.
Can I help you?
We don't need, you don't need to commit a full 8-hour day to anything that we're doing. We want to work with you because you're offering your time. So we can't we're not going to force you. No, you have to be here for the whole event. You can be here for 2 hours. That's great. Thanks for coming. Do you have any friends that maybe can take your place? Do you, right? It's just, and that kind of work. Oh yeah, well maybe so-and-so, well, we can help out after me because they're working the day shift. So maybe they can, they're part-time student, workers. So it's basically just making sure that our times or slots are covered. And if they're not, we, the board, will gladly jump in. We're there anyways. So we're there to oversee whatever happens. So we're grateful for whatever help we can get from any of our volunteers.
So do you think, if we talk about the future of the Coquitlam Optimist Club, do you think, particularly in light of ongoing changes in society and technology, so what's happening? What do you guys are forecasting for the future?
Like I said, each club is different, each region. I know Optimist International is wanting to expand and grow more clubs because, like I said, they're all over the world, the Caribbean, Fiji. It's quite amazing. So, but I think regionally we want to revive the club, bring in new blood, new ideas. And one way is through social media because that's the one way to reach most people and most younger people, young professionals that, can you come volunteer? Can you come even like join the board? Do you have any ideas that can help us to grow the club? And what do you as a community need? Is there an area that's lacking? Do you need someone to help us raise money for mental health? Do you need money maybe to raise for a playground or something? So it's basically wanting to expand awareness and that we're here to work for the community. And we're more than welcome to give us ideas because the more ideas we have, the better we have, and the more options and more opportunity that we can, fulfill them.
So if I'm understanding right, anybody that has an idea, a fundraising or something that they want and something that specifically might impact their community, it's worth it to just reach out to you.
Yes.
And even though it's a good or a bad idea, but reach out and go find out.
Absolutely. There's no bad idea, but some things we may be able to help you with now, but some things we might be able to say, not at the moment, but maybe let's see if we can figure it out and work it into what we're working on. Absolutely, because like I said, Optimist Club is there for the community, for youth. We're not there for anybody else, but to help make sure that our community as a whole and prospering.
During COVID time, a lot of people were isolated. I just want to kind of go in the past a little bit. What did you guys do different during that time?
Well, like everyone else,
Zoom
was our best friend.
Yes.
What were you going to do?
No.
And a lot of our original members were, were seniors, so they couldn't get out. They needed to socialize. So as much as we were trying to help the community, we have to help our members too and make sure that they stay connected and we don't lose them like a lot of things happened during COVID. You had to maintain that connection, but we still did do like the oratorical, but it was on Zoom, and so what we could, we did virtually.
Yes.
And any money that we raised or we received, we still gave out scholarships. It was just done a little. They weren't in person.
Not in person.
Not in person, so you don't get the same feel, but it was still done. So
something different, that's really good. So lastly, Chiara, what advice would you give to other community organizations looking to establish similar initiative, aim and empowered youth and making a positive impact?
Okay, most importantly, pick 2 initiatives. Find out in your community 2 initiatives that are on top of mind or maybe need the most support, and focus on those 2. And from there, try to build your team of your core membership and your core committee. And from there, never give up. It takes time to build. Don't give up. A lot of clubs are anywhere, whether it's ours or others, they don't succeed right away. So they want to never give up. As optimists, be optimistic. Keep the optimism going. And I think that's the biggest thing from the Optimist Club. They've never gave up. They've always persevered through anything that life, society has thrown at them, communities. So it's kind of just make sure 2 laser focused ideas. One is kind of because you're not. But if we have 2, one might be slowed down for a while, and the other one might take over. So it's just keep 2 going and making sure that you have enough support from the community, and keep the community involved.
Chiara, can you tell us a little bit more about Optimist International?
Absolutely. Okay, I'm going to check my notes because I can't remember all these things.
I know,
but
there's lots of them.
There's so much. There's so much. Okay, there's so much. It's really a lot to handle. But Optimist International has over 60,000 members in 1,500 clubs worldwide.
Okay.
So it was really, it's international. So it's everywhere. So every club basically runs itself. We all have the core values that we follow, but everyone runs itself by themselves. And there's like different initiatives. It's based on community, and so but there's so many. Like we've got chapters everywhere, like the Caribbean, like I said before, Jamaica, and all these worldwide. And they're actually having, it's been in Canada 100 years.
Oh, wow. That's a big...
It's 100. So to celebrate, they're doing their convention in Niagara Falls.
Okay. This is in 2024?
Yes, it's going to be in June.
June.
And unfortunately, I can't make it because it runs on my son's graduation day.
Oh.
So I can't miss that, my baby. But so everyone's coming from all over, and it would have been so amazing because, like I said, you would have met. I could have met all these amazing members from all around the world, and and the first club was in Toronto in 1924.
Okay, 100.
So, but it's been in BC for almost 50 years. So hopefully, when we have 50 years here, we can have a big celebration celebrating Optimist in BC.
So, who's your oldest members? Do you know that?
Oh, I do. Oh, I do. And he's actually our secretary treasurer. And Earl is 89 years old. He just turned 89, and he was one of the founding members back in 1978. The original one was 1977, but I know Earl, and Earl's part of the board. So yeah, since 1980.
So he's quite involved.
Yes,
still.
quite, yes. Very passionate. Everyone that's on the board, that's one of the originals, I call them the OGs, they're very, very passionate about what they do, and they just want to, they're so involved. Even you wouldn't believe it, like they have more energy than I do sometimes, because they just want to get in there and they just want to do it and do like the picnics and the pancake breakfasts and the walk for youth. They're just like in there like a dirty shirt, right? So they're quite what's the word?
Involved.
They're very involved, but they're also very oh my gosh, I can't think of the word. But they're very they inspire you.
Oh, yeah.
They inspire you to do, because you're like, if they can do it, why can't I? And I think that's what people need to look at. If they've been in it like almost 50 years and they haven't given up. Mm-hmm. And that's really the optimist way. Don't give up, keep going. And because we are truly optimistic that the club will keep growing and keep giving back to the community.
Chiara, how many members do you guys have now worldwide?
Worldwide, there's 60,000 members.
60,000
wow.
And
members. And growing in 1,500 clubs worldwide. And there's clubs opening up all the time. Because like I said, they're all community-based, and so every community should have an Optimist Club.
I know.
Because it's just something that it's youth and community-focused, which is what we really need nowadays, into making sure that everyone's taken care of.
Yeah. What do we do if we want to become a member?
Reach out to myself or one of the board members, and we would gladly get you on board. Fees are about $50 annually if you're a member. But I think lately we haven't really been collecting the fees because we've been trying to, get more people involved in covering that. It's not a lot to really ask $50 a year membership fee, but that's kind of where we're at, and it's great. It's great. We want fresh ideas. We want young blood or fresh blood, and I think that'll help rejuvenate and help the club grow and do more for the community, because we have a large community and our community keeps growing. So we need.
What a laser sharp mission, right? Thank you so much, Chiara. It was a pleasure to have you on the face-to-face. And you have to come back next year to tell us what's happening.
Yes, and so this is what we're going to do for you.
Oh, okay.
Look at it's a bookmarker, so you can read and get educated on what's going on in our community. And it is our Optimist International, and it's in our Optimist Creed. And if you can see one of our ones on there, which I'm a big believer in, is to smile at everyone you meet, because you just don't know how that smile may change that
Oh,
person's
this
day.
is good. So there's like Optimist Creed, promise yourself. I'm just going to read one.
Yeah,
Okay.
go for it.
I'll read the first one. I don't have my glasses.
Oh, hold on. I can fix that
No,
for
that's
you.
okay. No, it's okay. I can try.
Oh, you can try.
To be
okay.
strong, that nothing can disturb your peace of mind. And then it
Yep.
goes on. So it's a good little reminder.
It's a good reminder. Absolutely.
Of little creed. I really like
so this
it.
is my favorite.
Yes.
To wear a cheerful countenance at all times and give every living creature you meet a smile.
Oh.
Because it has been proven, when you're optimistic, you live longer.
And you smile.
And you smile. So
yes.